Hello everyone, welcome back to Trading Edge. So today is another video on price and volume analysis series. So today we will analyze TVS motor chart on 30 minutes time frame. So as always, first of all we will analyze the price bar and the subsequent volume relationship, and then we will add the market structure to look for potential low risk high reward trading setups which we could have traded in this chart. So before we start, do hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel to never miss any update. So let's start. So as you can see here, from here TVS motor went towards the upside, then from this level sellers push the prices aggressively towards the downside with an increase in volume. Okay, then again sellers tried to push the prices towards the downside with an increase in volume, but it couldn't break the last swing low. So now here we can say that there is a price and volume divergence. From here what was happening, prices were going towards the downside with this much of volume. Okay, but now at the same level volumes have increased, but prices didn't make a lower low formation with an increase in volume. So we could say that this was a price and volume divergence that was happening here, and that's why prices were holding the last swing low. So there are hidden buyers present at these levels and they are defending this level very aggressively. That's why prices are holding at this price level. Okay, now after defending this level, buyers tried to push the prices towards the upside, but what happened to the volume? Here volumes were very good at these two buying legs, but then what happened? If buyers were very strong, then they should have continued the upward momentum with increase in volume, but that's not the case that is happening here. Volumes are drying up, that is volumes are going towards the downside, and the price volume relationship is suggesting that buyers are losing momentum in this mini uptrend, because see, where are we now? We are at a very crucial juncture from where exactly huge selling pressure came in the markets with increase in volume. So here at these levels buyers have lost control at these price zones. That's why they are not being able to push the prices aggressively towards the downside, towards the upside with increase in volume. So we could say that the sellers here are very powerful. That's why after defending this level also, after defending this level very aggressively also, buyers are not being able to push the prices aggressively towards the upside with an increase in volume. So this is an indication that sellers are stronger than the demand side. Okay, that's why sellers are still defending this level very aggressively and the buyers are losing momentum. Okay, now then again we see a sharp selling momentum. Okay, but now see the volumes have significantly dropped down. Here see the huge selling pressure. Here again with an increase in volume, sellers tried their level best to push the prices towards the downside, but buyers defended this level very aggressively and tried to push the prices towards the upside. But again from here these sellers defending this level again push the prices towards the downside, but the volumes are now very low. From here if we compare this volume with this volume, these are very low. So this is an indication that although prices are going towards the downside, but volumes are also going down. So this is an indication that sellers are not very interested to sell TVS motor at these price levels. That's why we are not seeing aggressive selling pressure. Okay, this is a very important point. Now see, here volumes have increased, but what is happening after breaking this important swing low? Prices are not going towards the downside very aggressively, and prices are holding just below this last swing low. Okay, and then we see a price and volume divergence that is happening at this juncture. Now this is very important. See, if this selling pressure was very strong, then after breaking this last swing low, prices should have continued the downward momentum if sellers were very strong. But what is happening here, volumes have increased but prices are not going towards the downside and they are holding just below the last swing low. So this is another price and volume divergence that is happening here. So we could say that sellers are now losing momentum and buyers are still defending these levels very aggressively. Okay, now what happened? Now prices have moved towards the upside with an increase in volume. See, this is very important. After failing to continue the downward momentum and making a fake out, prices have shown a sharp buying momentum with an increase in volume, indicating the sellers who sold at this price areas, they got trapped and the buyers have now taken control over the sellers with an increase in volume and increase in buying momentum also. Earlier the buying pressure was weak buying pressure, but now this is a strongest buying momentum that is happening at this price range. Okay, now again see huge volumes and see the candlesticks. Sellers try to push the prices aggressively towards the downside from these levels, but what is happening? Even with such increase in volume, prices are holding at these levels. So what does it indicate? It is indicating that these levels are very important for the selling side, but after the strong buying momentum with an increase in volume, buyers are not ready to give up at this price zones. That's why even after the strong selling also with huge volume, buyers are absorbing the supply pressure and it is making rejection at the lows. So this is a very important indication that prices are trying to absorb the supply pressure at the resistance zone, and this is very higher probability that prices could now break these levels and trap the sellers and continue the upward momentum. Okay, why I am saying that? Because see, X and Y, these two candles have similar kind of spreads, but the volumes are significantly higher in Y than X, but still prices are not going towards the downside. So what does it indicate? This is indicating that there is hidden buying pressure at these candles. That's why prices are not going towards the downside and continue the downward momentum. That is prices are holding the resistance zone. Now prices broke this level with an increase in volume and buyers tried to push the prices towards the upside. But from this level, what is happening? From here, sellers tried to push the prices towards the downside. Again buyers tried, again sellers push the prices towards the downside. Again buyers tried, again failed. Again tried, again failed. Again try, again failed. So what is this indicating? See, at these levels, selling pressure is very strong. That's why after a strong buying momentum also with good candles, buyers are not being able to continue the upward momentum by breaking this important swing high. Okay, that's why prices are selling off very aggressively from these zones. So this is indicating that supply is very strong than the demand at these price areas. That's why we are seeing strong selling pressure. Now also see, the selling legs have increase in volume. The selling legs have higher volume than the buying legs. So what is this indicating? This is indicating that at this juncture, sellers are more aggressive and powerful than the buying side. That's why prices are going towards the downside with an increase in volume, and when buyers are trying, volumes are low, and this is a price and volume divergence also that is happening in this buying leg. So overall we can say that prices are in this consolidation phase, but selling pressure is getting stronger and stronger. Okay, see, this is a very critical point. Here prices gapped up. Okay, so if buyers were very strong, after this gap up, buyers had the greatest opportunity to continue the upward momentum after breaking this last important swing high. Why? Because see, from here sellers tried, 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 but still prices are holding this level. It is indicating that buyers are strongly defending the support levels. And now when prices gapped up and closed above this important swing highs, then buyers should have taken control and continue the upward momentum from here. But that's not the case that is happening here. Even after gap up, prices are selling off very aggressively with an increase in volume. So overall we can say that at this consolidation phase, sellers are aggressive and they are winning at this juncture. Okay, so now see here what is happening. Volumes have increased, but prices are consolidating. Okay, see, after this selling pressure, prices are consolidating with an increase in volume. So what is this indicating? See, from here earlier we saw a sharp buying momentum. Okay, but now after the strong selling pressure, prices are consolidating with an increase in volume. So if this was all buying pressure, then prices should have continued the upward momentum, but with an increase in volume also prices are consolidating. So this is indicating that the supply which was present here is still very strong and dominant, and that's why they are capping the upward price movement. Okay, and then we see these three strong selling candles with an increase in volume. Okay, after this consolidation phase with a swelling of the volumes, what is our expectation? See, our expectation is that prices now should go towards the downside. Why? Because see, from here, 4 times prices got rejected from these levels, and at the last point prices gapped up but still couldn't continue the upward momentum, and then we saw a strong selling pressure with an increase in volume. Then we see a consolidation phase with swelling of the volumes, and prices are not going towards the upside. So all this is indicating that supply pressure is very much present at this price areas, and now we could see a potential leg towards the downside. Okay, now these 3 candles have good spreads towards the downside with an increase in volume. Okay, but there is a price and volume divergence that is happening at these 3 candles. See, at P, with this much of volume, the spread is this much. Q, volumes have significantly increased, double the size of P, but the spread is the same of the candle P. P and Q volumes have increased from 1x to 2x. Okay, but what is happening? The spread is the same, almost the same of P. So this is hidden buying that is happening at Q, and then at Y volumes are same that of Q, but see the spread, there is hidden buying pressure in Y and Q. Okay, so this is very important. PQY volumes have increased but spreads are remaining same, and here spreads have decreased, and we are seeing rejection of lower prices. So this is also an indication that buying is coming in the markets. Okay, so this is very important. Now after this PQ and Y, what we are seeing, if this was all selling pressure, then our expectation should be a weak pullback with lower volume and then continue the downward momentum. Okay, but here what happened? Strong buying pressure with an increase in volume, which absorbed all this selling. Why that is happening? If these three candles were very much strong, then after a small pullback, prices should have continued the downward momentum. But what is happening? We are seeing a price and volume divergence. There is hidden buying pressure at Q and Y. Okay, and then we see a strong buying momentum which absorbed all this supply pressure. Okay, then after this strong buying pressure, again sellers tried to push the prices towards the downside, and again we see a price and volume divergence. Volumes have increased, but the spreads are getting narrower. So this is very important. After this strong selling pressure, we are seeing a strong buying pressure which absorbed all this selling. Okay, then again sellers tried to defend this level and again push the prices towards the downside. But what happened? Volumes have increased, but there is a divergence between the price and volume relationship, so which is also again a bullish sign. So multiple times this level is getting tested, and then we are seeing absorption of supply, then we are seeing weak selling pressure with higher low formation. See, this is a very important point. Prices are making higher lows, and there is a also price and volume divergence. Then what is happening at this area? Volumes are sustaining volume, and there is rejection of lower prices at these three candles. So these are again indication that if these two candles are all supply pressure, then after breaking this important swing low, prices should have continued the downward momentum. Okay, but again buyers are stepping in, and with slight increase in volume, they are absorbing the supply which is present here, and they are making rejection of lower prices. So then again we see a strong buying pressure with increase in volume, pullback on lower volume, and then continued the upward momentum. So I hope you got very important points in this analysis part. Now we will add the market structure and look for potential low risk high reward trading setups. So our first trading opportunity could have been around here. Why? Because this was a bear trap. After breaking the support levels, prices are not continuing the downward momentum, and there is a price and volume divergence that is happening here. We could have entered buy with stop loss here, and our first target should have been around these levels. Okay, why we will enter here? Because after this breakdown, prices are consolidating just below the support level, which is not a good sign for the sellers. If selling pressure was very strong, then after breaking of the support, we should have continued the downward momentum, but that's not the case that is happening here. Prices are holding just below the support level with a divergence in price and volume. So after this strong bullish candle with an increase in volume, we could have gone long here, stop loss here, and see the huge upside momentum after that. So this was the first trade, and our second trade should have been around here, buy here, stop loss here, and see the huge upside momentum after that. Why we will enter here? Again, see, these levels got tested once, twice, thrice, four times these levels got tested, and from here there is a sharp selling momentum with an increase in volume. Then again from here we are seeing huge increase in volume, but we are seeing absorption of the supply pressure at these three candles. Prices are not willing to go towards the downside. Then again buyers tried, then again sellers tried to push the prices towards the downside, but again volumes are going towards the downside. So this is again indicating that supply is getting absorbed at the resistance zone. So we could now go long on a breakout with stop loss here, and you should always trail your stop losses below the important swing lows. Okay, our next trading opportunity could have been around here. Why we will enter here? See, there are multiple reasons. These levels got tested once, twice, thrice, 4 times, and from here we saw a sharp selling momentum and then a consolidation phase with an increase in volume. So expectation was that after this consolidation phase, prices should have continued the downward momentum, because this was all suggesting, this price behavior analysis was suggesting that prices could potentially move towards the downside because selling pressure is very strong and buyers are losing momentum in this market. And here we are seeing consolidation after a strong selling momentum. We are seeing consolidation with a swelling of the volumes. So these are all indication that supply is strong in the markets and buyers are losing steam and momentum at this price zones. So our expectation was that this selling momentum will break this level and continue the downward momentum, but that's not the case that is happening here. After the strong selling momentum, there is no follow through selling, and buyers, after defending this level, again push the prices aggressively towards the upside with an increase in volume, and all this selling pressure got absorbed here. Okay, and then again sellers tried to push the prices towards the downside, but we saw an price volume divergence that is happening at these two candles. Okay, see, prices were consolidating just below the resistance zone. Okay, then sellers broke this important support level and pushed the prices towards the downside with increase in volume. So what is our expectation now? That sellers are defending here, and this time it broke this consolidation phase just below this important resistance zone. So these two candles was indicating that prices should now go towards the downside after breaking this important support zones. But here we saw price and volume divergence, and again there is no follow through selling. And at this price areas, what we are witnessing? We are witnessing absorption of supply with sustained volume. And remember, this level got tested multiple times. Sellers defended these levels very aggressively, but now what we are witnessing, after this strong selling pressure, there is no follow through. All supply got absorbed here. Again sellers tried, but there is a price volume divergence, and again buyers are now absorbing the supply pressure that is present here. So we could take a breakout entry here with stop loss here and see the huge upside momentum after that. Okay, so here is again our entry point, here is again our entry point, stop loss here. Why we'll enter here? Why we'll enter here? Because after the strong selling pressure which broke this important resistance zone with good volumes, we are seeing a decrease in volume in the pullback leg. So again entry here, stop loss here, and ride the upward momentum. Okay, so I hope you got something very important learning from this video. If you find it useful, do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and also do comment down below if you have any queries related to this video. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Until then, it's bye from my side. Take care everyone.